I never thought I would live long enough to tell this story. Most people who knew the truth are already dust. But I was there. I saw everything. This is the story of King Oderon, the most feared king our land had ever known. And how he searched the whole world for a savior named Mary. The king who had everything. King Oderon ruled the land of Eliora for more than 40 years. He had a golden crown passed down for generations. An army that never lost a battle. Treasuries filled with silver and gems. And a voice that could silence 1,000 men. People bowed when he passed. Children were taught to fear his name before they learned how to read. Yet, for all his power, the king had one terrible secret. He was dying. Not from age. Not from poison. But from a curse older than the kingdom itself. Every night, the king screamed in his sleep. Servants heard him cry out names of people long dead. God said his shadow moved even when he stood still. And sometimes he spoke to someone no one else could see. The curse of the blood crown. Long before King Oderon was born, his ancestors made a dark choice. When enemies surrounded the land and famine struck, the first king made a deal with a forgotten spirit. The spirit gave the kingdom victory, wealth, and long rule. But in return, every king born of that bloodline would slowly rot from the inside. No healer could cure it. No prayer could stop it. And when the curse fully awakened, madness would come before death. King Oderon had reached that stage. The prophecy of Mary. One stormy night, the king summoned all the elders, priests, and seers. I was there as a young palace scribe, hiding behind stone pillars, writing every word. An old blind woman stepped forward. Her voice shook the hall. She said, "The curse cannot be broken by gold, blood, or sword. The Savior will come as a woman named Mary. She will carry no crown. She will fear no king. And she will speak the truth that shatters power." The hall went silent. The king laughed at first. Then he stopped. Because the blind woman added one last thing. "If you do not find her, your kingdom will fall before your heart stops beating." The king's desperate search. From that day on, the king became obsessed. Messengers were sent to villages, forests, mountains, even lands beyond the sea. Any woman named Mary was brought before the king. Some were rich. Some were poor. Some were liars. Some were afraid. None were the savior. Many never returned home. Whispers spread among the people. The king hunts a woman. Say your name carefully. Do not trust the crown. Fear return to the land, not from war, but from the king himself. The Mary from the river. Years passed. Then one morning, a guard reported something strange. A woman stood by the black river, refusing to bow. When asked her name, she said calmly, "My name is Mary." She was brought to the palace. She wore simple clothes. Her feet were bare. Her eyes held no fear. When the king asked her why she did not kneel, she replied, "I kneel only to truth." The hall erupted in anger. But the king raised his hand. Something about her disturbed him. Mary's words. The king asked her, "Are you the savior?" Mary looked at him for a long time. Then she said, "I am not here to save you. I am here to end you." The room froze. Guards reached for swords. But the king stopped them. His voice trembled as he asked, "What do you mean?" Mary stepped closer and said quietly, "Your curse lives because your power feeds it. You cannot be saved without letting go of the throne. The kingdom must choose freedom over fear." The king felt something crack inside him. The choice. That night, the king could not sleep. For the first time, the curse spoke clearly to him. It whispered, "Kill her." But another voice, his own, whispered back, "Listen." At dawn, the king made the hardest decision of his life. He gathered the people. He removed his crown. And he placed it on the ground. Gasps filled the air. Then he spoke. I release this kingdom from my blood. The end of a king. The moment the crown touched the earth, the king collapsed. The curse screamed and vanished like smoke. King Oderon died, free. Mary disappeared that same day. No one ever saw her again. The truth that remained. The kingdom did not fall. It changed. No more blood kings. No more fair crowns. And the story of Mary became a folktale told by firelight. Some say she was human. Some say she was sent by the earth itself. But those of us who were there know the truth. She was not a savior. She was the truth kings fear most. I'm old now. My hands shake as I write this. But if you ever hear of a ruler searching desperately for a savior, remember this story. Sometimes, salvation does not come to save power. It comes to end it.